It was 2006 when this guy appeared on my TV screen and sang his way into my heart. The musical was a Disney Channel original movie that premiered on Disney Channel on January 20th, 2006. ZAC Efron, a relatively unknown 18-year-old actor at the time, played the role of Troy Bolton, the high school's all-star athlete. With its catchy soundtrack and relatable story plot, High School Musical became one of Disney's most profitable franchises, attracting more than 7.7 million viewers worldwide. ZAC Efron didn't expect the cultural impact High School Musical would have on its generation, but High School Musical was a phenomenon, and it transformed ZAC Efron into an American heartthrob. However, ZAC would prove he was more than a pretty face.
I never knew that it could happen till it happened to me.
Before ZAC landed his breakout role as Troy in High School Musical, he appeared on TV shows like ER, CSI, and Summerland. On Summerland, ZAC starred alongside fellow Disney alum Kay Pennermaker as Cameron Bale, a troubled kid who endured physical abuse by his father.
I think you're so smart, but this isn't about you or me. It's about my dad.
What about him?
He's drunk all the time. I don't even want to go home.
I'm really sorry.
It's horrible. I keep having to hide from him, make excuses for him. Sometimes I just pretend he's fine, and then he does something.
Like what?
Look, I don't think he meant to hurt me. You can't tell anyone about this.
I won't. I promise.
While starring on Summerland, ZAC had a noticeable gap in between his two front teeth. But by the time The Derby Stallion, one of his early films, was released in 2005, the gap in his teeth was gone. The Derby Stallion was one of ZAC's early leading roles, but it was not the role that made him a household name. According to a 2007 Rolling Stone interview titled ZAC Efron, the New American Heartthrob, before his Disney days, Efron was often cast as a troubled adolescent hiding a dark secret. But all that changed when he showed up at a series of Disney Hottie of the Year.
ZAC Efron.
And I get to stand next to gorgeous boys like this one.
You know, there's... There's so many award shows out there, guys. There's so many. But as far as I'm concerned, this is the only award because it is from you guys. And thank you. Thank you so much.
By the time
is graduating to the Craig Zadan, Neil Marin produced Hairspray. He told me he's stoked about the movie musical.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. The cast is absolutely amazing.
Breaking free.
The teen star who will play Link joins director Adam Shankman's all-star team, which includes my good friend John Travolta, Queen Latifah, Amanda Bynes, and newcomer Nicole Blonsky.
during High School Musical mania, ZAC would be typecasted as the high school heartthrob in movies like Hairspray and 17 Again. According to Rolling Stone, Adam Shankman, the director of Hairspray, initially did not think ZAC was right for the role of Link Larkin. He told the magazine, "He seemed like Davy Jones or Bobby Sherman, and that's not who I pictured. But then my sister, who's also my producing partner, said, 'Adam, you don't understand. High School Musical. He's going to be the biggest teenage male star out there.'" Shankman then realized that Efron was America's new heartthrob and capitalized on ZAC's image, producing 17 Again for the young actor.
It's just the beginning.
ZAC Efron. If you girls don't respect yourselves, how do you expect other people to respect you?
Don't respect me. No, don't respect me. You don't even have to remember my name.
17 Again.
Despite High School Musical mania being just as big, if not bigger than ever, by the time High School Musical 3 was released, the characters of the movies had graduated, which meant that it was time for ZAC to graduate from Disney. As ZAC wrapped up filming and promotions for the final High School Musical movie, he geared up for the next stage of his acting career, taking an entirely different direction from his teen heartthrob role as Troy. ZAC starred in a darker role for the 2010 supernatural drama film Charlie St. Cloud. Based on the novel of the same title, Charlie St. Cloud was ZAC's first successful attempt at transitioning into an adult actor. An article released at the time by Collider, an entertainment website, stated, "ZAC Efron has seamlessly made the transition to more adult roles in a way that most younger actors only dream of." Following his work in the 3 High School Musical films, he has gone on to do films like Hairspray and 17 Again. Now, he is playing his most vulnerable and emotional role yet in Charlie St. Cloud. At the time, Charlie St. Cloud was considered ZAC's most mature role yet, and it helped him get accepted into adult Hollywood. However, despite moving on from his Disney days, ZAC made it clear that he still valued his High School Musical fans. When asked how his High School Musical fans would receive his new image, ZAC told Collider, "I look at the movies that I choose to do. I look at the type of movie and the messages. I really do care about the audience that has been so devoted to me, and I would hate to leave them behind or betray them in any way. So rather than leaving the responsibility up to them to follow me into these new films, the best way to think about it is that I need to stay relevant, and to do that, I need to grow up and make movies about those experiences. Hopefully, my fans have a movie there that helps them get through that next phase, when they discover their life isn't always like High School Musical." ZAC was growing up, and he wanted his fans to grow up with him. ZAC's mind was set on experimenting with different types of movie roles. He told Collider, "There's a style to my past films that I knew I didn't want to stick with forever. With High School Musical, I was in my element. But I definitely think that me and my manager wanted to make movies with substance, rather than doing more stuff like High School Musical until it gets tired or old. I'd rather move on and try new things." ZAC didn't want to limit himself to the dreamy heartthrob role. In fact, from the very beginning, he had never intended to limit himself to only one type of role. It was this same interest for something new that enticed ZAC to audition for High School Musical. He stated, "I noticed early on, the movies that I was seeing were not anything like High School Musical. I recognized that acting was about diversity and innovation and not being afraid to take risks and try new characters with interesting perspectives and messages. So for ZAC, High School Musical really was the start of something new. Experimenting with different types of roles was something that ZAC appreciated about actors of his caliber. Of Leonardo DiCaprio, ZAC stated, "I think Leo is a guy that's been through all this. I'm sure he knows how this felt at one point or another, and he just continued. He persevered and went through the best and the worst of times. He's doing it and he's survived." Like DiCaprio, ZAC would persevere and survive, taking on challenging roles while still maintaining his sex appeal. Charlie St. Cloud featured ZAC's first sex scene, and it was only the beginning of a more raunchier image of ZAC. In 2012, ZAC starred in The Lucky One as Logan Thibault, a Marine sergeant who survived a few deadly accidents on duty in Iraq after finding a photograph of a young woman in the sand. Experiencing PTSD and guilt about surviving the terrors of war, while some of his comrades didn't, Logan sets out to find the woman in the photograph to thank her, as he believes she is his lucky charm that kept him alive. Playing the role of a troubled veteran searching for love and peace gave ZAC another chance to show that he wasn't just a pretty face and that he was growing up. Similar to St. Cloud, The Lucky One was a more mature romantic drama than High School Musical, and also featured a steamy sex scene with ZAC and his female co-star. With his on-screen performance, ZAC showed that he was a sophisticated actor capable of executing a serious role. Nevertheless, it was clear that he was still bringing sexy back, but this time as a grown man. When asked if he thought the role would help him become sexually appealing to an adult audience, ZAC told Collider, "Yeah, all of us are growing up. I definitely took that into account. Everybody grows up, and it shouldn't have been a surprise that an American heartthrob manufactured by Disney would eventually become an adult sex symbol in Hollywood." However, ZAC was more concerned about achieving his goal of becoming a well-rounded actor. He stated, "I set out very early on. I look back when I said that I was going to do this ages ago. When I was young, I didn't know what I was getting into. I think that it's proven to be everything I dreamt it would be." ZAC continued to live his dream of working as a leading man in Hollywood while taking on challenging roles. ZAC's most serious role to date is his portrayal of serial killer Ted Bundy in Netflix's 2019 film, Extremely Wicked and Vile. According to a USA Today article, ZAC stated, "I was very hesitant to do it, but I knew I could. I just didn't want to jump at something that could be seen as a desperate shot at trying to change my image. It was a unique experience and not what anyone expects. It makes me proud." Although ZAC initially worried about taking on such a controversial role, playing the role of Ted Bundy showed once again that ZAC was a serious and capable actor. But even if ZAC was desperately trying to change his image, he would never be able to shake off his image as a sex symbol. When the Netflix film started trending on Twitter, many, including Fifth Harmony's Lauren Horegi, voiced their concerns that the movie sexualized Ted Bundy.
I'm more popular than Disney World.
This is the just-released trailer for the new Ted Bundy movie starring heartthrob ZAC Efron, which just premiered at the Sundance Film Festival.
We look kind of similar, and I think we have some of the same mannerisms.
At one point, Efron peels off his shirt to reveal his ripped six-pack.
You don't actually believe this garbage, do you?
It's in all the papers, Ted.
On social media, the casting of Efron has led to accusations that the movie is romanticizing a vicious criminal by making him seem more attractive. Another tweet declares, with ZAC Efron playing Ted Bundy, I truly hope people don't start to glorify him.
According to a USA Today article, Horegi tweeted, "The wink that Efron gives as Bundy is extremely disturbing, and the romanticization of a serial killer is exactly why these sick, explicit, continue to do things like this to women. This is appalling." The wink Horegi was referring to is in fact a signature of Zac's early heartthrob roles in High School Musical and Hairspray. So Horegi's statement holds some validity. However, having an American heartthrob like ZAC Efron play any appalling character would make that appalling character sexually appealing. Not every critique about Zac's role as Bundy was negative though. One Twitter user tweeted that although Zac's portrayal of Bundy made Bundy likable, ZAC, quote, proves yet again he's a phenomenal actor and can deliver shockingly great performances, end quote. Despite some backlash, many recognized that ZAC wasn't just an early 2000s Disney heartthrob. He was still relevant, and he was still proving that he was a talented actor. In the 2010s, ZAC started to experiment with comedy while still remaining sexy. At the 2014 MTV Awards, ZAC won Best Shirtless Performance for that awkward moment.
ZAC Efron.
Wow. Thank you so much, guys. This is an awesome award. I really don't know what to say, but thank you. Thank you so much to my fans.
With movies like 2014's That Awkward Moment and 2016's Dirty Grandpa, ZAC showed his comedic chops. But his comedic films weren't all well received, and ZAC would reveal that he wasn't truly passionate about them. A 2017 Yahoo Movies UK article stated, some of Efron's most recent films, Baywatch and Bad Neighbors 2, fall into the bromantic comedy category and have failed to garner much critical acclaim compared to earlier performances in Hairspray. The article suggested that ZAC's comedic roles weren't working out for him, as well as his heartthrob roles did. ZAC seemed to agree with this, stating that he only took on the comedic roles for the money. According to the Yahoo article, ZAC stated, I took the roles for funny income. I'm still going to deal with those roles for the rest of my life. This was a far cry from the ZAC who stated that he carefully looked at the roles he took on and always wanted to do something innovative. However, ZAC revealed that he made these decisions due to parental pressure. He explained to Yahoo, I remember my parents being like, what are you doing? You're not doing anything. And I'm like, I'm waiting for something cool so I can elevate to the next level and learn about this craft and what I want to do. And there was zero respect for that at all. With some of his comedic roles, ZAC had settled for less innovative projects to earn money and please his parents. However, there was a movie that ZAC genuinely cared about, and it brought him back to where it all started for him, Disney. In 2017, ZAC starred alongside fellow Disney alum, Zendaya, in Disney's The Greatest Showman. ZAC told Yahoo, "I think finding challenging and innovative roles is the endless search. I'll always be on that search for the next, to try something new and try something different. But there is something really intriguing about The Greatest Showman. I was very excited to get back into musicals." He continued, "I never dreamt there would be an original one with all brand new music, with a cast like this, and a director like Michael Gracie, to be a caveat, to sing and dance again. It just was a dream come true." ZAC's dream of doing something new took him back to Disney, where the start of something new began for his career. Today, ZAC continues to work as a leading man in Hollywood. Although ZAC had played a father who aged backwards into a 17-year-old in 2009's 17 Again, in 2022, he starred in Firestarter as his first official father role. On September 30th, 2022, his highly anticipated movie, The Greatest Bear Run Ever, was released by Apple TV Plus and played in select theaters. Based on a memoir of the same name, ZAC starred as the main character, John Chicky Donahue, a man who sets out on a journey to deliver beer to his buddies who are serving in Vietnam. According to IMDb, ZAC has 10 movie projects in the works, so there is more to expect from him in the coming future.
ZAC also continues to be loved and admired for his good looks and undeniable talent, even though he looks a bit different these days. For many who fell in love with ZAC when he was on Disney Channel, no matter how old ZAC gets, or how different he starts looking in coming decades, one thing that will never change is how he made them feel. ZAC Efron will never stop being an American heartthrob, and that's something we can always bet on.